Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and the possibility of delivering a promise that movies are trying to deliver and are getting close to, but I think that we might be able to do better. All right, so let's jump into this. Okay, so I have a Regal Movie Pass, and oh my gosh, it is literally like a childhood dream come true. So I'm a huge movie fan. I've been going to movies all my life. And uh, yeah, I think Star Wars is probably one of my earliest memories. I was only 7 years old when I saw Star Wars in 1977. I remember what the wallpaper looked like, what the carpet looked like. It's an indelible memory. It's really deep. So yeah, it's interesting. Um, but right now I have this Regal Movie Pass, and I can go see as many movies as I want. Essentially, it's $25 a month, but I count it as free. It's like, and it has completely transformed how I decide whether to see a movie or not. I've never seen anything like it. It's really incredible. And so yeah, so I'm going to Regal Movies, and Regal just launched this ad campaign, and it's a good ad campaign. Yeah, okay, let's get all the way there. I'll tell you about it. Okay, so what does it say? It says, hey, come to the movies and we'll give you every genre all the time. You're like, what? I was like, wait a second, what are you saying now? And so the advertisement has this couple, a young couple, and they go to the movie and they're in the car, and then they start talking about what they want to see. And the guy says, I want to see sci-fi. And then the girl says, oh no, I want to see a rom-com. And the guy's like, I want to see a comedy. And then the girl's like, says, I want to see action. And then they go through, and then they took this ad, which they shot, and they actually like converted it into like posters as well. And the poster shows it. It's like every genre all the time. And I was like, whoa, and when they did it, I was like, holy cows, man, I would love to, see this. This would be awesome if it was real, but it's not quite real, right? It's close though, right? They're right. When I go to the movies, well, one genre that is always there is horror. And the reason why is horror is cheap to make. So Hollywood makes a ton of it. Horror is cheap to make, and so you have a really good chance of making your money back on a horror movie. It's probably the safest genre, right? Whereas like a superhero movie costs a lot of money, and increasingly you can't make your money back on it. So what's really interesting is this is a great promise, and I have to admit the movies are coming very close to this, but it's not quite real, right? Like you can't. And so while they're promising something that they're coming close to, but they're not actually promising something they're achieving. But I love the concept, and what I think is really interesting is where could we do this with Dungeons and Dragons? Two places I can see immediately that we could do this is, one, you could do it in an FLGS, right? You could say, hey, we're gonna do 9 genres one weekend, right? And you can come and you can choose 3, right? And so you could do it in an FLGS where you literally say, hey, this is a genre weekend. We're gonna run horror, adventure, superheroes, fantasy with D&D, right? You show up and you sign up the whole, how many, and rom-com, right? Like you could do them all. And actually you can't do every genre, right? But you could do 6 or 9, and you could do a pretty wide swath, okay, at an FLGS in a single weekend, or even in a week, right? Like you could do 7, 1 week, a different genre every single night. The other thing where you can do this is at a convention. And I think we should consider doing this both at conventions and at FLGSs. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.